to what is to be our new world. Unfortunately, this is completely alien terrain. There's no Prince Eugen, there's no Battleship Orion, there's no Bismarck, H-44, nothing. I'm currently trying to gain bearings on where the frick I'm at. So, if I sound a bit distracted, that is why. Okay, so we got a bit in of island. So, where would that be? A relative. This is what I'm thinking. Thinking I'm on Royalty Island, so I could be completely wrong. Yeah, this... See, doesn't completely match up. Oh well. So I just did a quick Google search. We got an excellent harbor here, oh my lord. I'm just not a fan of some of the terrain generation features. A birch forest. Next to spruce, there's no snow. I do have an issue with that. Where's my elytra? I need me an elytra. I mean, we could always do what we did in the last world when we finally gave up with actually trying to fill everything in block by block. Unless it's relatively small, and just cover it up. Now, we wouldn't have to travel far for a gateway. We won't be building the Toledo Bulker, though. Or any freighters. This would be a very much military theme type world. So this is, if I am correct, which I'm usually not, well, this will be a whole island. So what I'm doing is I'm going around the shoreline mapping it out. It is rounding out like it's an island. Depending on what... I do not know my bearings yet, so we're going to be discovering a lot. But depending on what all there is, we might actually have a decent chunk of land on our hands. Except for that, I would like to dam that up. Ooh. Redwood. Or, okay, old me calls these redwoods. And then if I'm familiar with my map, this is Dark Forest. Which would be a pain to clean up. No, we're still wrapping around. Bit of a river here. Okay. I think we have our bearing. Again, I think this does not remind me at all of an island. You should be able to go across and hit ocean again. Otherwise, me and Striker are going to have absolute conniptions. Because a year of effort, 54 weeks worth of efforts, the space elevator, the countless bridges and whatnot, my battleship, that's all gone. When it comes to other ships such as Prince Eugen and Yamato, I mean, Garrett 2x4 is a playlist away. Ooh, this would be a great spot for something. Except for that, we got sheer cliffs. I am a stranger to working with those. Perfected some of my building techniques working with them. Okay. So this is actually a relatively decent sized chunk of land. If this turns out to be a continent, I'm going to be surprised. Which is why I'm trying to map it out. So we spawn over there. Which is why this chunk of land's already loaded in. Okay, so we could have a bigger arch bridge. Now, this is actually just cool. I would work to build a road through this. Yeah, this is just beautiful. And by build a road, I mean it would go right where this birch tree is. Ooh, submarine base? Nope, it goes right on through. And we got terrain generation glitches. How unfortunate. This road is very promising for a number of reasons. And we have a village. We will be removing that village. So just a recap for those who are joining, the old world, the world that me and Striker put a year's worth of effort into, corrupted. So Striker, if that's you tuning in, check your messenger. How do we get up there? I mean, we don't have to really worry about coastal defenses. We could put a couple of destroyers through here, a couple of barges. The problem is, I do not have any of my reference material for barges or the tugs. Which means that we'll be building all new classes. Hey, a shipwreck. All new classes of tug. Orion, I have a video of, so I'll work on her later. So, we do start coming around that, it's good. And now I gotta respond to messages. Okay, that ravine will have to go. And I can confirm with 100% certainty, maybe 90% if we're being more appropriate, that this is in fact an island. A big island, but an island nonetheless. I do not have chat up, so if y'all are trying to chat in the box, let me join y'all in chat. Birch forest can easily be turned into a power plant base. So Striker had the northern part of the island to himself, and it was actually a relatively decent building area. I think this one would go to me because we're surrounded on three sides. I can build coastal defense. Hello. Two of them. Plus a random tree. You may or may not be a hazard to the hundreds of ships that will be moving here, due to the fact that the PS4 decided to go and F my progress. So will you, so you'll probably be bombed by Eugen. So I'm just literally looking around the shoreline. This is what I did for the old world. This is just to make sure that we have a full 360 degrees worth of ocean. Yep, it's the seed. Okay. So now I did get an image of this little section here. We're good. If y'all want to see further more of the shoreline, I mean, building the road networks, that's going to be fun. We're going to have a new Route 1, new Route 2, new Route 3. If y'all even know of Route 3, that one's still relatively new. Well, suspension bridges, arch bridges, I'll definitely be adding I'll be adding the various industries, rebuilding a power plant, because that was almost done. There's a tribute I need to do, but first, I have 100 warships I need to move in. If I remember correctly, let's actually go to Facebook quick, because yes, I use Facebook. Go to my posts, and now, okay, I do have some references. I just need to find where I made my list, and I didn't. That or it's too far behind. Yep, island. Striker, if you're watching this, I'm claiming the northern half. You can have the harder to build on terrain this time. So, my building materials, because I'm not gonna screw around and find out later. I also need stone stair. So, with this I can actually build bigger ports as well. We ain't exactly size constrained. So, birch forest. Gotta let the world load in because this is a big world. This is a big boy. So I will be making a list of what to do and putting that in the description. And then I'll be copy and pasting that list, shooting it over to Striker, and then hopefully he joins tomorrow. I didn't get a screenshot of the actual corruption error, but if I were to back out again, you would see that the world no longer exists. I've been having corruption issues and whatnot with this PS4, and I've been dreading the day that it would happen, and it freaking happened, so screw you, PS4. Screw you. That thing will go away. Now just give me a nice, lovely plot of land that doesn't stick out too far, that's easily buildable, like this beach. Okay, so looks like we'll need to dredge. That's if I do here and not over there, and looks like let's see if this actually works. Time set. Do you work? Yes, you do. Oh my lord, that's the thing I learned in Minecraft way before consoles were a thing, right? I learned how to set the time. Well, this is better lighting, and that allows me a better view of the seafloor. Shipwreck. ruin. Another shipwreck. Like, yeah, I'll get rid of those. I'll get rid of the ruin. I'll dredge this down, too. Which means I have to remember how to build my dredges. I should have a picture of everything on my world. On a photo album, and then I'm going to try and replicate it one for one. And this is why I should get into actual physical models of ships. Because then I don't have this issue unless a tornado or fire, some stupid act of God happens and takes it away again, and then I'll be kind of angry. But it can come back, and it'll be fun the second time because I'll know exactly what I'm doing. Where are my albums? I would like my albums, please. The pictorial world. There we are. We won't be seeing this world for a long time, but I got pictures of Gateway and everything, including the mountain base and the space elevator, which we won't be building this time. So that's all said and good. I have reference material for the current battleship Orion. Yes. So I don't need to go and default back to the 15 wide 5 turret 16-inch gun Orion, which is preferred. So the boring part. Dredging is boring. We'll remove the list down to our draft limit, which is 3. That gives us the surface plus minus 1, and then for some ships we need another half a block, so that gives us 3. I would use TNT, but I turned that off, so sad part is I just finished building another bridge in that world, and then I reworked Orion, so I got pictures of the hull, so I got dimensions, so I'm not worried about that. What am I worried about? The superstructure. Again, I got references for the reworked Orion, so I shouldn't be that much of a problem. So Eugen will be the first ship on the world, and I'll actually have to end the stream in order to do that because I'm going to avoid copyright strikes. So tomorrow when I stream again, hopefully with Striker, okay, that's our limit. Hopefully with Striker on tomorrow, we can have Eugen in the background, seeing the construction of another new world. Well, this world needs to last 3 years. That one, the last one, lasted 1. Let's make this one last 3. Or longer, which is preferred. 2. 3. I really do hate dredging. I should have created backups of that world, but you know. I have a PS4 and I don't know how to do it. You need to go away. So this was an island at one point, a very shallow island. Now it's going to turn into an anchorage for boats. So at the very least I can get Eugen in, as well as various destroyers. I think my first fleet of Azure Lane will actually be included first. So that is Bismarck Tirpitz, Zoigaku, Prince Eugen, Helena, and Z-23. And then I'll work on second fleet, which is Warspite. I think Shinano's in that fleet, so is Enterprise. And I can't remember the front line, the Vanguard. But my first and second fleets will be in. And then after that, I'll probably incrementally add in the various other warships that I had, such as the Cruiser California, I'll avoid Titanic in this world, the various huge numbers of aircraft carriers I had and whatnot. And this time I can actually avoid going too modern. So that will be nice to an extent. And then I'll have to go perusing around for colored images of New Jersey. Circa World War II, so that I can get her in that livery. Just add some spice to things, you know? I can build another Yamato. In fact, there's plans to build 2 of them. I think we're at a depth of 2. Yes. And y'all evaded for too long. There you go. That was a little too rapid fire, but I got the job done. And of course, that happens. So, nothing in the chat yet. So every week, I'll have to make a backup of this world to that week's progress and take tons of pictures, which means buying a new hard drive because the other one I do have that has space is being overloaded with Azure Lane content. Yes, I play an anime game, bite me. This will technically be the first world in which I actually know of more ships from the get-go instead of just slowly find them out over time. Which will be a huge bonus on my end. I say my end because now I don't have to go out and find research and find what I like. I can just literally say, hey Google. I don't have a Google thing, but say, hey Google, find me Garrett's video on the Battleship Yamato, and it will play it. Okay, and I will build it. So for those who also do not get the context of the situation, Stryker had an easier building plot. So his base was pretty much rapid fire done. He'll have the harder terrain this time. Unless he's wise and actually uses terrain to his advantage, and pardon the dog. But I think it'd be hard for him to have an actual port. I can get Graf Zeppelin and Laffy back to back again. I can get Bismarck. I can get... Actually, what I could do to be wise is I could actually spread it out and wrap it around. Well, that'd be really fun. And a multi-day project, which I actually do not want to do. I'm just trying to get established, you know. So we've barely made a dent. We haven't made a dent on the island. But we now have an anchorage. By we, I mean me and Stryker, because we're no longer allowing anyone else onto the world. You can thank another friend of mine and Stryker for that. Actually, a couple of individuals that we both knew. So after we get this anchorage all established and whatnot, and actually proper, here in a bit we'll... That's another ship out there, the Wreck of Arizona. It'll be further out than usual, but... Screw it. Actually, I think one of these bays would actually be perfect to have her in. Because if you think about where she sank and where she currently lays, it's inside a harbor, a natural harbor, so... Okay, so we got this little shoal here. Now it's time for the base, the actual port. And that's why I always test. Aight, there we are. And more dredging. That's definitely a shipwreck. That will go boom here soon. So I'll kind of give y'all an idea of what the port construction is like. At least if you've been watching the channel for a while, and then what I'll do is I'll probably end the stream and get right to work, because I only have a limited amount of time that I can actually be working on this world. And the hours are ticking to a close, so. Drift stick. Oh, we ate too deep. That's good. Here. You're gonna be an issue. And that's definitely an issue. We got an undersea trench which restricts our port size. Oh well. We'll have Pier 1 here. Like so. And then what I'll do for that little bit of fun layer is remove its fun. Because there's a new resident on this island, and this resident prefers ships and space to repair and service them over natural terrain features. And this island also gives us an excuse to actually work with the terrain as well, because the last island we were pretty much fighting the mountain wherever we went. So, bonus. Never mind, it is actually totally bigger than, deeper than I expected. Okay. By a whole whopping 2 blocks. Just cooperate. So y'all can get the idea. I'll actually fill in behind, and then I literally gotta get to work. Again, Striker, if you see this, you need to be on the road tomorrow. Because I cannot pick your base out for you. And there is no space elevator to act as landmarks. There's no statues or anything to use as landmarks, which means we gotta build all the routes and whatnot from the ground up. Or, in a road's case, from the tree down. We gotta figure you out a port, because I know you like your boats too. And I think we're just gonna tackle one base at a time. Come on. I hate beginning new worlds. Because you start with nothing and everything seems overwhelming, and then once you get past a certain point, it becomes easy and you become attached to that world. Here, that's reversed and is annoying. You become attached to the world because the old world died. So something else we'll do is we'll kind of take this whole chunk of land and we will take a heated butter knife through it and then chuck it elsewhere where we need fill. Which is most likely here. Ooh, dredging spot. I just want y'all to notice how I'm actually using a lot of the land to act as pre-fill. This is on purpose. And one thing that I'm actually kind of looking forward to with this world is actually having space for the facilities and whatnot that are now not so spread out. We can literally just stay we can literally hibernate on the island and not care. Because it's big enough to keep building. So I'm thinking maybe 4 more of these pillars. And yes, my walls are two layers deep. This actually helps add a detail. It has a corrugated type of look. Anyway, so 4 more of these pillars, and then I'll end the stream. And this is usually how I map them out first, because I am running out of time, and I would like to try and speed run the port's construction. Because we got cranes to add in. I'll be trying a new design. Hey, y'all are off. Way off. So we'll be trying a new crane design. By we, I mean I. And then tomorrow is build Eugen and several other ships, so that's gonna be all kinds of fun. Why do you look 1 block shorter than the other? There's that. A bit too big there. There, 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 there. Alright, I'm gonna head back to work on this, turn on some music, and hop right into work. And then tomorrow, by tomorrow's day 1 stream, this part should be completed and there should be at least 2 ships. At least 2. So with that, have a good night, y'all.